Hello, I am multitasking and I had to stop. Like, whenever one of the things that I have been charged with is I have to write down what it is that I hear the Lord speaking to me, because I have a problem with forgetting stuff. Because I'm so busy doing like this, and He'll tell me something, and I'll be like, okay, because I've gotten in enough trouble with the Lord to know that when He speaks to me, I need to just do it, right? I need to just do it. That's why I tell people I don't need nobody help getting in trouble with the Lord, because I get in trouble all by myself. So anyway, one of the things that Father has me doing, like when I hear Him, He has me repeating it to make sure that I'm listening, because that's one of the things that I asked Him to because I want to hear and I want to listen and I want to understand. And so He's helping me with my listening. He's helping me with my listening. Y'all gonna hear me say this a lot. He told Ezekiel, take this scroll that I am giving you and eat it. So let it get in your belly first, right? Before you even speak it, before He even speak it. So anyway, He told me this. I have been given something to speak, and I'm going to write about it, right? Because I speak not just with my mouth. I speak not just with video. I write. I am a writer. So I speak with my hands, right? But I don't want to mess it up, okay? Because see, remember when God told Moses, to speak to the rock, and Moses spoke. He spoke to the rock, but he hit it too. Just so y'all know, it wasn't about his hitting the rock. It wasn't that. It was about something else. Because I almost told y'all what, but I don't know that I'm supposed to tell you what. That might be something that you need to go and dig up and look at. Like, for a long time, I thought it was about him hitting the rock. Like, he hit the rock. God told him to speak to the rock, and he hit the rock. For a long time, I thought it was about that. And God really had me dig into it and look into it, and I found that actually was not the issue. It was not the issue that he hit, because he spoke to the rock and then he hit it. But it was that was not the issue. It was something else that happened. So I'm not gonna tell you what, unless you inbox me, unless you comment and say, okay, well, what did he do? Then I'll tell you. But other than that, let me stick to what God did tell me to speak or give to me to speak. So I'm gonna read this. I wrote it down like I was told to. I just repeated myself. I'm sorry. I'm getting older, okay? I'm navigating old age. I'm getting older. But I'm going to speak what He told me to speak. But then later on, like, I'm multitasking. I'm on a time limit today, because there's things that we have to do that are really serious that I have to be ready for. So, and there's a lot that God has given me, and my time is flying. So I'm trying to get as much done as possible. That's my intro. I had a 3-minute intro. Let me get to this and just say what He told me to say, so I could get on and do it. What else I got to do? But trust and believe, because I speak not just like with my mouth, I also speak with my hands. I will be writing on this. Trust and believe. As I get a chance, I will be writing on this. So here we go. If God spoke to you, would you listen? Would you obey? I'm gonna ask that again. If God spoke to you, would you listen? Would you obey? Many are quick to say yes. God is always speaking. Do you hear God speaking to you? Do you hear the voice of the Lord? God is always speaking to those who will listen. If you answered yes, you would listen if God spoke to you, but you said you do not hear God speaking to you, then the issue is not with God speaking, but with your listening. That's an easy fix. We prayerfully apologize and ask God to help us to listen, to hear, and to obey. Then we work on listening. There are examples of those God spoke to and the issues they faced when they doubted, made excuses, or refused to hear and obey. Example number 1, Moses. Exodus chapters 3 and 4. You ought to read that and then answer these questions. Why was God annoyed with Moses? What five things did Moses do to cause God to become annoyed? It says that his anger was kindled against Moses. There were 5 things that Moses did. That's Exodus chapters, what chapters did I say? Chapters 3 and 4. Exodus chapters 3 and 4. You have to read that. I will be talking more on this stuff. Like y'all know me, I get to writing. When he drops something in my spirit, I get to writing about it, and so I'll be working more on this stuff. But for right now, you got to go and look at that. Exodus chapters 3 and 4. Moses talked with God. We read that, and so because of that, there were 5 things that he did, and those 5 things are actually happening today. I've witnessed it, I've experienced it, I've even said some of those things. God had to get y'all. Father has dealt with me. He has dealt with me, and he has helped me. He literally really has helped me. So like, all you got to do is ask of him, and he will help. He wants to. He helped Moses. I almost had to catch myself because I don't want to get no answers away. He helped Moses, so he's not an angry God. He's not he's a father that loves us. But we are children who, well, I'm gonna stop right there and go to number 2, because then I'm dibbling over and giving away some answers. So number 2, the Israelites. Did I roll my eyes? The Israelites. Here's your scriptures. Deuteronomy chapter 1. Y'all know I'm still in Deuteronomy chapter 1. I'm almost out of it though. I believe I'm almost out of it. Deuteronomy chapter 1. You got to read verses 6 through 36. Deuteronomy chapter 1, verse 6 through 36. You might want to, as a little extra credit, you might want to read Numbers chapter 13 and 14. But to narrow Numbers chapter 13 and 14 down, to narrow it down, just read Deuteronomy chapter 1, verse 6 through 36. You get Numbers chapter 13 and 14 in a nutshell in Deuteronomy chapter 1, verse 6 through 36. Also, now here's the question. What happened to cause the Israelites to not receive the promise? What happened to cause the Israelites? I should clarify, the Israelites who came out of Egypt, who God miraculously delivered out of Egypt, who God miraculously set free from the bondage of slavery and from the tyranny of Pharaoh. What is it that caused these Israelites, those specific Israelites, to not receive the promise? Deuteronomy chapter 1, verse 6 through 36. And then read also Hebrews chapter 3 and chapter 4. Chapter 3 and chapter 4. Okay, that be it. Y'all be seeing me writing more on that later. Probably not today, but definitely later. I'll be discussing it and all that great stuff. That is all for now. Alrighty. Bye.